Welcome back to another episode of Survival of the Fittest is the soup du jour. Everybody, if you're still here listening to me from New York to California, from Puerto Rico to Canada, Mexico, and anywhere in between, welcome Europe. We actually got a message from someone in Europe, so that's pretty cool. So, here we are. You're a survivor. You've made it this far. Salute to everybody. And I'm going to say salute to everybody because it's definitely cheers, because I'm going to tell you what. We got our first sponsor, Orlando Brewing. And I tell you what, organic beer, veteran owned. And this is what they did for me tonight. They sent me one of those little jockey keg thingies. And I've got ice cold beer next to me, right next to me right now. You wouldn't believe me, you'd have to be here. So I'm just like sipping on beers, and I've been sipping on beers for a while, and I'm sure you can tell, those of you who know me. And I'm just going to go with it today. So it's a full moon. I think the full moon has an incredible effect on people. People sometimes say like, nah, you're crazy, dude. I say, no way. Imagínate. El mar, the ocean has, it's like so huge, it's massive, and the moon can control its tides, and it does it, when the full moon and the tides are controlled. You're going to tell me that our bodies, which are mostly water, are not affected by the full moon? I think that's just absurd that anybody would doubt that. So it's definitely a full moon. I'm feeling crazy. Another reason I'm feeling a bit wild tonight was because we tape this, or we get this podcast together at odd hours. And today, it's late at night. I was on the line all day. I'm talking about all day. We did prep. We did some good stuff, beautiful things at Don Julio's and Chickasaw over there in Rio de Pinar, which is awesome. I love that restaurant because it rocks, and it didn't fail. Tonight was rocking, and the good thing was I got to be on the line, I can just go on the line if I want to. It's like what I like to do. So when I have the opportunity, I don't like go on the line and say like, hey, I'm the chef, I'm going to be in charge. And no, I let the guy who does it every night stay in charge and just kind of take a station, whether it be plating or cooking or whatever. And I just roll with it like that, which I absolutely love, because this is what drives me. This is what gives me all that adrenaline, This is what really keeps me just, like we like to say in the kitchen, humping. It gets you rolling, It's like a kitchen cartel, is what we got in there. So it's definitely war. And I love that, because it's intense. And that intensity is what always drove me. And it, I'm sure you can tell. Really, I was on the line 40 minutes ago. And now, of course, Havoc Media was here waiting for me so we could tape this. And they had that keg from Orlando Brewing. And I was like, what, are you kidding me? And I just, yeah, right? Are you kidding me? I just went straight for it. Big, see ya. So here we go. I'm telling you, another thing I've been thinking about, the kitchen is just so full of drama. The restaurant business in general, is so full of drama. I'm surprised one of these big, on-demand platforms hasn't picked up on doing a show, not a reality show. I think reality shows are great, Obviously, I love them. They were fun. I did one, it was cool. But I think it should be scripted. It should be scripted, and it should be full of all that drama that, I absolutely love. I always say, you got to, stay away from, getting yourself into hot water in the kitchen. But I tell you, every day it's just a new adventure. And, I get it. What are you going to do, 13 episodes of The Line? Give me a break. I wouldn't watch the 13 episodes, but I would watch 3, 4, or 5 of them maybe. So, hey, Netflix, if you're listening, I'm just throwing in my hat into the circle there so that you can give me some kind of creative, directorial sort of position. That would be fun. And, it would kind of introduce the world, into the crazy kitchen life, the intensity, Like I say, it's a cook cartel, you almost have to have guts like that, you have to be willing to get in there and just throw yourself into the fire. You need to get the abuse, because there's just this natural abuse that happens in the kitchen. And it's not like bullying, or it's not like, hazing. It's none of that. it's just, you know, when someone decides to come into your restaurant and eat, and you know, if you're in the business, what that means, that's everything. That's the reason. So there comes this cause and this effect that happens in the kitchen, and that's what drives it. And it goes fast, and it goes intense, and it goes as accurate and as perfect as can be. And that is like the drama, you know, that's the drama. And so I'm always looking like, you know, for that just extreme shit that, I mean, that drives me, that like this guest is difficult, or this, you know, you have friends that come in and you want to just cook them something off the menu, and you go there, you know, and you do beautiful things. And yes, a TV show. So if you're out there, look it up. Let's do it. All right, I tell you what, I've been lately just trying to come up with all kinds of like different like Mexican dishes. You know, I'm at Don Julio, and it's a Mexican restaurant. I think it's really based on its heavy traditional dishes, you know, and it's you know, it's ingredient driven restaurant, you know, so it's so good. But I just kind of want to kick it up, like to not up a level, but just to another level, a different place with some of the dishes. And I've been having a ton of fun. I tell you what, I mean, I am so fortunate. I mean, as a chef who's been cooking as long as I have, which I love, you know, I've been so lucky to just be kind of allowed to just be the chef and come up with new dishes and exciting sauces and really kind of just mess around with things. And I think, you know, for many years when you're a cook, you just have to do what's expected. And you do it every day, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it. The tournée carrots or the anything. I mean, you can go on the beurre blancs. I mean, the rice. You know, we can go on for days, and it all had to be perfect. You had to do it every day. It's just different now. So I mean, I'm kind of in a very privileged place, I think, as a chef. You know, because you know, not many people are allowed to just sort of explore creativity with different ingredients, and then allowed to just go with it. So I'm very fortunate, thanks to Lorenzo Larry Rodriguez, who's a great guy, the owner of Don Julio. So I mean, a pleasure to work with him because he's a good guy. That's what I like. You know, there's a lot of bad guys in the restaurant business. You know, and you know, like I said, I mean, Netflix, are you getting this? I mean, this is real deal. We're talking about, you could put together just a great show with a restaurant owner being difficult and staff members falling in love and intense chef, you know, and just go with it. I mean, that's what really I love about the restaurant business. So once again, you know, I think I'm having a good time. Let me take a sip of this again, because I think I've kind of like, I get winded, you know, this, you know, you want to sort of share an energy with everyone listening. You want people to go like, wow, this is great. This guy's cool. You know, I just try to keep that energy level up, and I just kind of want to like share it with everybody, you know? So, you know, and I think that's what, you know, my whole cooking, that's what really kind of is what it's all about, really. Just like sharing the excitement with people, and the food really does excite me. I mean, I can't, you know, it's maybe kind of nerdy, you know, it could be food nerd. All right, food nerd, where like you get excited about just kind of mixing pomegranates and dried chilies and olive oil and using it on a dish, and then sort of like what comes to mind is like a Miro painting, you know, and where you have all these organic shapes kind of like happening naturally on the plate. And there, I just sort of, I'm just that's what fascinates me about like developing plates, when you can do things like that, and you know, like very organic, you know, kind of approach to cooking and doing great plates. So let me take a sip of this. Like I was saying, energy is everything. Energy is what gets you up in the morning. I think it's something you have to drive at, you know, having great energy, you know, sharing that great energy with people, you know, and sometimes, you know, it's not the best great energy. I mean, we're only human, for God's sake. So sometimes it's a little darker energy, but sometimes I believe that that's just as important, you know. So you kind of have to just drive at having the energy and make it positive. Obviously, that's the way to go, is that you be happy and positive. I mean, I always recommend that. Highly recommend that. So look for that energy every day, and, in everything you do. And really, it comes like, am I some kind of like culinary yogi where I suggest you just take deep breaths, of life and let that be what inspires you to put things on a plate for people to enjoy, wonderful dishes, when you can spend, 4 hours butchering and making things just wonderful. And yeah, you say butchering, really, that's wonderful. It's part of the package, it's part of the package. And, and it all just kind of works, Some people don't like to hear all that part of it. They just want to see a filet mignon and enjoy that filet mignon. But there's something about breaking down that filet mignon and cleaning out all the fat and the sinew off of it to make it just like totally edible and totally perfect. And yeah, so all those things have to come into play. And you know how it is. I mean, we're coming into the new year. I'm excited. 2021, baby, needs a new pair of shoes. I'm throwing the dice. I'm going all the way, all right? I'm going all the way because we need 2021 to get its ass in gear quick. You hit the ground running, motherfucker, because shit was rough in 2020. But needless to say, my bad mouth, once again, a little soap never hurt, a little soap in the mouth. But yeah, 2021, bring it. I really have good feelings. I think that is it good to say, like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm gonna make a lot of money. Yeah, right. I think it's more like I feel like I'm gonna do exciting things. I've always said the money comes. The money comes when you do it right. So you can't be doing it for the money. Don't do it for the fucking money. Just do it because it feels right. People deserve to feel what you feel, and when you share it, sometimes I think, like, is it like music? Is it like movies? Is it like, what is it that makes you want to do it right? I mean, a musician doesn't sit in the studio and, bring his rhyme or whatever he's going to bring to the studio, his music, his virtuoso, and just kind of go like, oh, here it is. All right, yeah, okay, later. No. He brings the energy. He brings the quality. He brings, the ability. She brings it all. They bring it together. I mean, whatever the case. And I think that's the same for me, So definitely, definitely have to have that, Is it movies? Is it music? Is it the kitchen? Sometimes I think, there was a time in my life where I would look at chefs and I was like looking at them kind of going like, well, kind of a strange profession. When chefs would wear like white jacket, white pants, white shoes, kind of look kind of like, not, I don't think so, bro, But I mean, and I look at chefs now and they're like in t-shirts and them funky aprons and tatted all over the place. And that we didn't cook like that when I was a kid. And I looked at, like I was saying, like the chef all in white and thought, what a nerd, what a weird look. And I thought I looked cool in just a white chef jacket with jeans, now and some Doc Martens, I thought I was the shit. So, and now I look at chefs and they're just like, I don't even know they're certainly not dressed like chefs, but it's cool because they're cooking as good and they're certainly setting the trends. These young chefs now, I mean, there's such a special place they're at in their lives because, food, like anything artistic, changes, and the trends and what people are looking for. And sometimes, you're definitely on top of things. And when you're young, you're just all over shit. And as a matter of fact, you're kind of setting the standard, which is exciting to me because it does kind of, just validate that the profession has its different, like, epochs. Like, in art, when you talk about the Rococo and the Baroque and the Futurist and the Dadaist, you can go there with food as well, and there was a time, and I can't wait that in this podcast we will continue to sort of explore that chefdom, that chefism, which I absolutely, which is my world, as you guys know. I can't say it enough. And it probably will get old, but hey, Wait till you see us on Netflix. You guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. So once again, I just can't believe I have a keg next to me. I know people are jealous. It's the end of the year. Been cooking. We're on fire. We're on point. We're on point, ladies and gentlemen. And that is wonderful. That is wonderful to be on point. And that's just like what it's all about. I love, there's all kinds of distractions sometimes on me. Like, I'll be honest with you, my dogs are here. I brought them. And they just seem to be getting into all kinds of stuff. They're usually pretty chilling, but, as soon as you're trying to do something, of course, they're going to act up. I mean, guilty as charged, right? You put a mic in my face or a camera, and I just ham it up. So, ya tú sabes, así es la vida. Estamos buscándole la vuelta a este año nuevo que viene. I got a big keg. Es un barril de cerveza de Orlando Brewing, que también lo pueden encontrar acá en Orlando, which I think is very much a part of Puerto Rico, I must admit. Very Latino. There's a lot of Latinos here, pero ¿sabe qué? Parte de Puerto Rico. Don't tell that many people. Pero así es. We're here. I mean, like I said, it's the full moon. It's getting me just sort of feeling like, And of course, these beers make me want to go out, see some people, have some fun, go to the local crew bar, you know what I'm talking about, and have some more drinks. But maybe not. Early day tomorrow, as all chefs usually do. But you know what? I mean, you've never let an early day stop you from having a few drinks. That's for sure. So don't even call me out on that one. So if you are definitely looking for a few surprises, we've got some more stuff coming your way. We've got T-shirts coming. We're going to give T-shirts away. We're going to try to bring some ball caps in and get everyone involved in this cook cartel, in this culinary cartel, in this kitchen cartel. And we just want to move forward with things. We just want to connect the dots and help people just understand and connect with one another. So definitely keep us in mind. Keep on keeping on. Dale duro porque tú me entiendes. Life's worth it. Y pues, ya tú sabes. This is Survival of the Fittest. Is the soup du jour. Yo soy el chef Roberto Treviño. I've had a great night tonight, and it's always wonderful to spend it with you. Thanks to Orlando Brewing for bringing me this keg. And here we go. We'll see you soon. Full moon. 2021 is on its way. We'll talk to you either before or after. Si no, be safe, enjoy. Happy New Year to all. Salud. Remember, survival of the fittest is the soup du jour. Take care, folks.